Hey, since you're in here with me, I'll really quickly give you my team because don't tell Connor. Don't tell Connor. But I like to reward you coming in here for a chat with me.
Right, so we are looking for a new presenter here on Anfield Agenda. Craig has been fired. He's been given the bad news. That was disgraceful betrayal last night to give his predicted 11. A complete betrayal of my trust, and it's we can't come back from here. Craig has been sacked. Xabi Alonso set to take his role if we can get him in. But in all seriousness, welcome along to Anfield Agenda. My name is Conor. I'm here to take you through all of the latest Liverpool news. Haven't been here in a few days. It feels weird recording again, but I am glad to be back. Glad to be sinking my teeth back into all of the Liverpool news. It was nice, I must say, though. It was really nice to get a few days away from being stuck in my phone, reading Twitter, reading stuff about Arne Slot, reading stuff about how good and bad Liverpool have been. It can't be understated how nice it is to take a step away every now and again from the Liverpool sphere. We do get caught up in this little bubble at times, but it is important to remind ourselves there's a big world out there full of things that aren't Arne Slot related. So look, we do have some news around Dominic Szoboszlai this morning. It was a piece from Paul Joyce discussing kind of his growing impact at Liverpool. Some really positive stuff coming about around his situation. We have some news around Lucas BERGVALL being linked with Liverpool, Spurs midfielder of course. We have a little bit on Anthony Gordon and a few other bits around the game on Sunday as well, so we're looking forward to that one. Before we get into it, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and yeah, let's jump into the news. Let's start off with that Dominic Szoboszlai article then. So Paul Joyce begins by discussing his relationship with Florian Wirtz since he's come in. Szoboszlai offered reassurance to Florian Wirtz during the 22-year-old's first months at the club and stressed that the difficulties he was experiencing were normal. Szoboszlai remembered his own first season and how he had run more than he had ever did in the German Bundesliga, that there were more duels and less time on the ball. He relayed all that to Wirtz and stressed he would soon find his rhythm. It backs up what we've all been seeing as well, to be fair. Like, we all knew the talent Florian Wirtz had. We knew he just needed a bit of time to get up to speed with the Premier League. Stuff as simple as like not having that extra half second on the ball before you make a pass or a shot, or just the physicality side of it. Like, even to this day, we're still seeing that Hugo Ekitike can't really finish 90 minutes week in, week out. Like, it is just a massive step up from the Bundesliga. Like, the talent is clearly there for a lot of these players, but it does take a bit of time to settle in. Szoboszlai himself, when he came in, like, he didn't look absolutely fantastic in the first 6 or 8 months, but like, you can see him now. Like, he's probably our best player at this point, so you can see it just takes a while. Florian Wirtz is looking better week in, week out, and he's only going to get better from here as well. So good to see that Dominic Szoboszlai took him under his wing there as well, which is always good, because like, there was talk of like Wirtz coming in and taking his position and stuff as well, and it's just good to see that. It's just good to see they're getting along very well, and Szoboszlai has been helping him along in his progress as well. Joyce continues then, internally at Anfield there was never any sense that Szoboszlai would find himself sitting on the outside looking in following the arrival of Wirtz as a more offensive-minded number 10. Slot has always valued the qualities of a player he described, drawing out every syllable for extra emphasis as unbelievable. Now, I will pull him up. If it was every syllable, there'd be a bull is 2 syllables. Just being nitpicky here, but yes, unbelievable is what Arne Slot described Szoboszlai as at one point last season, and it is difficult to envisage a scenario where Szoboszlai would be willingly omitted from his starting 11. And I must say, I was guilty of this myself in the summer, to be fair. Like, you're looking at these, like, dream 11s of targets. Like, I was thinking Florian Wirtz comes in, his spot is a number 10 then, which is where Szoboszlai has been playing for the last year or two, to be fair. So, like, naturally, you would think it's going to be right Gravenberch and McAllister behind Florian Wirtz. But Szoboszlai has stepped up. He's proven he's our best midfielder in terms of, like, the number 8, number 10 position, certainly. Maybe Florian Wirtz is a little bit better than him in terms of talent. But, like, if you're picking the two behind Florian Wirtz at the minute, Szoboszlai is my first on the team sheet ahead of Gravenberch and McAllister. Like, it's just, he's been incredible. He's only getting better, and I have to just put my hands up and say, I was guilty of that. I didn't have him in my first 11 during the summer window, but I've been happy to be proven wrong on that one. He is fantastic. First name on the team sheet now, and just fair play to him because he has been immense. Szoboszlai and Salah bonded from the moment he arrived at the club, and he has credited the Egyptian with taking him under his wing, although roles were reversed during the latter standoff with the club at the end of last year. Then it was Szoboszlai who was the sounding board. And this just goes to show as well, just like the leadership kind of qualities and just how good of a character Dominic Szoboszlai is. Like, he was there for Mohamed Salah at the end of last season while the contract standoff was happening. He's clearly like well respected in the dressing room. Salah, of course, coming to him with his problems. Like, I'm sure if Szoboszlai does sign a new contract, which looks more and more likely as the weeks go on, I think he is just definitely lined up to be future Liverpool captain. Like, he just is immense. He's clearly respected in the dressing room. His performances back it up, and yeah, I would be very, very happy to see him captain this club one day. The first 3 players to arrive at training with Liverpool are usually Szoboszlai, his fellow Hungarian Milos Kerkez, and Salah, with whom he is close. They are often seen sitting together at the coffee bar at the AXA training ground and will eat at each other's houses, plus indulge in the occasional game of backgammon. Now, we actually seen on Mohamed Salah's Instagram the other day, like, he had a picture up of Miloš and Dominic Szoboszlai on his sofa, basically, at his house, so, or at someone's house, and so that definitely is backed up by the fact that Paul Joyce here saying that the three of them are very close, which is good to see, of course. Like, it's good to see these bonds being made off the pitch as well as on the pitch, and yeah, just a nice story all around, isn't it? And it kind of leads me on to the point of, I think these articles coming out about, like, how good a character someone is, how well he gels in with the other players, how well he's getting on in the dressing room. Like, I think it speaks to a situation where we probably should be positive about his future. Like, the contract talks must be looking decent if we're coming out with this many, like, good PR things, let's say. Like, I feel like if the club was putting out there that, like, oh, right, we're thinking Szoboszlai might be gone in the summer because he's not signing a new contract, I don't think you'd be seeing pieces as positive as this. I think you'd be seeing some sort of negativity around the situation. I'm just getting good vibes from it at this point, so I'm going to take this as a good sign that Szoboszlai is going to stay. Maybe it's no relation at all, but I think there is something in the fact that there's positive stories coming out around the player at a time where contract talks are ongoing. Next up this morning, it's a story from Team Talk, who say that Liverpool are plotting a move for Lucas BERGVALL of Tottenham. So he's 20 years old, but BERGVALL has already made over 70 appearances at Tottenham. He was also on the club's radar in the past at Djurgårdens when he first made his breakthrough in Swedish football. A quick and extremely technical midfielder, what makes BERGVALL very similar to Szoboszlai, and potentially the next Szoboszlai, is his versatility. BERGVALL is very similar to Szoboszlai at the same age, who played not only as a midfielder at Red Bull Salzburg, but also as an attacking player and even as a wide player. The Swedish international is very versatile in that sense, and he can be used in a number of different roles. Like Szoboszlai, he'll be able to play practically anywhere on the pitch. This season, BERGVALL has played both as a left-sided midfielder and as a right-sided midfielder, almost playing as a wing-back. He's also played in a deeper midfield role and as a more advanced midfielder as well. So this article here, this was from the Anfield Watch, I believe. We're kind of just comparing him to be like the next Dominic Szoboszlai, which, look, I would take him at Liverpool, but I don't think it's really reasonable. Like, we're looking at Mickey van de Ven of Spurs, of course, as well. And look, if Spurs somehow get relegated, I'm sure these lads would become available. But outside of that, can't really see it happening. I would question, like, whether that's really the profile of player we need either. Like, he's only just gone 20 years of age, so, like, he has bags of potential, obviously. Well, I would certainly be looking at more of a defensive midfielder, like a proper number 6. You're looking at your Elliot Andersons, your Adam Whartons, Sandro Tonali, these type of players, rather than a Lucas BERGVALL. Like, of course, his versatility would be great. Of course, he's young and it's bags of potential, like I said, but I just don't really see the sense in this one, unless we have a situation where, like, Alexis McAllister is sold, Curtis Jones is sold, and then we need someone in that kind of number 8, number 10 role as well, to be fair. So maybe Lucas BERGVALL comes up then, but until then, and if Spurs get relegated, maybe, like, I just can't really see it. Like, unless we're getting him for dirt cheap, then I just don't really see us going in and spending big money on him, to be honest. Spurs fans seem to go back and forth on him as well. Like, I think people are just kind of, they're excited by his potential, but also frustrated at times by, like, some of the positions he gets played in, and even just some of his performances as well. But look, he's only gone 20, so it's kind of harsh to get too frustrated with a player at that age when he has already made 70 appearances as well. So one to keep an eye on, but I'd be very, very surprised if this came to anything really. Next up then, a quick bit from Anthony Gordon speaking on the transfer speculation recently. He's been linked with us, he's been linked with Man United, Arsenal, Man City, just kind of every name being thrown around at the minute really. But he said, it's the same old, same old. I haven't heard anything. They might want to tell me before they tell you, the media. I have gone through enough transfer stuff now to know that it is all a load of rubbish, Gordon said. I am focused on me and focused on the team. I'm focused on right now. You look too far in the future and you start to underperform. And believe me, I have done that before and I'm not going to do that now. I'd imagine he was probably speaking about last summer where he was, like, very heavily linked with Liverpool, and there was talk of him, like, basically telling his England teammates that he was off Liverpool as well. So, like, so I can totally understand where he's coming from, just not getting ahead of himself, kind of just blocking out the outside noise, to use Virgil van Dijk's phrase. But yeah, I think Liverpool certainly are looking at him, but that £95 million price tag being thrown around, that's just insanity to me, and I don't see the club paying that. I don't think the club should pay that. I don't think anyone should pay that. But look, one to keep an eye on. I'm sure Liverpool do still have a long-standing interest in him there, but yeah, not at £95 million. Quick look ahead to the game on Sunday then. So the Opta analyst preview has come out, and they have given Liverpool the probability of winning at the City Ground on Sunday is 51%, and the chances of Nottingham Forest winning is just over 25%. So it's basically 50-50 as to whether we actually win or draw or lose. So, like, 50% chance we win, 25% chance Spurs, 25% chance Forest beat us, and 25% of a draw. That's basically where Opta are going. Of course, Forest did beat us 3-0 at Anfield earlier in the season, so not going to be an easy game. We also have a stat here from Opta that Liverpool have won just one of their last 15 away league games against Nottingham Forest, with 8 draws and 6 defeats in that run. and the solitary win came via a late Darwin Núñez header back in March 2024. On top of that then, Forest did beat Fenerbahce 3-0 in the Europa League last night away from home, which is it's a crazy result for them. Like, how are we at a point where the likes of Nottingham Forest are doing that well in Europe and sitting 17th in the league table? Like, you look at the league table, they're 3 points ahead of West Ham in 18th. Like, it's mad to think that they're doing that well in Europe while also doing that poorly in the league. So, not an easy game by any stretch. I am going to go with an optimistic 3-1 win. Again, I don't think it will be easy, but I will back the lads to get the results. But yeah, definitely not going to be an easy one on Sunday. Please join us for the watch along as well. That'll be starting at 12:45 on Sunday. You don't want to miss that one. Going to be a great game. And yeah, just going to be a tricky one, I think. That's all from me this morning anyway. If you have enjoyed the video, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Craig will be back with a video in the afternoon. Then the preview is coming out this evening because myself and Craig are going out for the Christmas party, which is very long overdue. So yeah, preview out around 8 p.m. tonight. News video in the afternoon as well, but no live stream tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.